What's up, everybody? What's up, Valhalla? That's Valhalla with a V. Sports Talk is on the air. Dodgers versus Marlins, game 2 of the 3-game set from Florida. Florida in the house. Let me do some quick shout outs to those already up in here. T. Kubler in the house. Yep. Teoscar out. James Outman called up to the big club today. Viking Jerome says, Vamos Doyers. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the house. Theo, Sam Eagle, up in here. The goose is loose. Valhalla is flying a plane. No, I can't fly it, bro. I have people for that. Sir. Jacob Frederick in the house. This game is set to start at 3:40 my time. 3:40 my time. They didn't mess around today putting up the stuff on the MLB app. They did not mess around. All right, your starting pitchers on the bottom there. Quantrill, the righty for the Marlins. Ohtani will be coming up to bat first. 12-pack, members up. 12-pack, MVP, VIP. Thank you so much, sir. 12-pack, welcome to the V Homies. Welcome to the V Homies. All right, let's take a look. Let's get right to the gritty, y'all. Let's get right to it. Dodgers 24-11 on the season. I think that's still the best record in baseball. Miami 13-21. Many of those losses thanks to these Dodgers. Starting pitchers tonight: Tony Gonsolin versus Cal Quantrill. Gonsolin is 1-0 with a 4.50 earned run average. Quantrill 2-3 with an 8.10 earned run average. Hold one. The COO is motioning. All right. They trying to get Thor into the vet tomorrow for his shot, his $300 shot. Are you kidding me, bruh? But Gonsolin versus Quantrill is the pitching matchup. Here are your starting lineups. Valhalla, get your big booty out the way. Get out the way, AI Valhalla, so they can see this. The lineup looks different tonight, y'all. It looks different, obviously, for obvious reasons. Tommy's still on the IL. Teoscar's still on the IL. So Ohtani's going to lead off, DHing. Pages in right field. Freddie, first base. Will Smith, catching. Max Muncy at third. Conforto in left. Rojas, second base, I believe. No. Rojas short. Outman, center. Kim, second. So that's your lineup today, y'all. Robert Rothberg checks into the chat. Hello, Dodgers world. Beware of the Giants. This team is for real. Yeah, whatever. We heard that crap last year. We heard that crap from you last year, bro. All right, let's keep scrolling down. Rothberg, eat some Jello. There you see the bad news on your left. Teoscar, the 10-day DL with a left groin strain. Tommy, 10-day IL as of 4:30, so he might be up for that game that I'm going to on Thursday. And Glass now, the 15-day DL. They don't know what the hell's wrong with him. They just don't know. Here's your team comparisons. Dodgers 4th in MLB in batting average, 13th in earned run average, 3rd in runs scored, 14th home runs allowed, 2nd in home runs hit. Their whip is 14th. Their on-base percentage is .334. Their slug is .461, 2nd in the MLB, and their batting average against, .230. Here are the betting odds from BetMGM. The Dodgers favored by 2.5 today, even with the lineup change, favored by 2.5. minus 250 on the money line, plus 200 for the Marlins. The over-under is 9.5. 9.5 in the chat, y'all. In the chat. Let me get a prediction. Who's going to win and what's the score going to be? Also, for bonus credit, who's your called shot for today? Who is your called shot for today? One. We're picking one called shot. I'll put my prediction in the chat as we bring in the audio.
Opportunity and going out there and playing. And I think what he did in Atlanta, for me, forget the stealing the base, forget moving second to third. It was having the confidence to go out and do that, because this is his first experience in the big leagues and he's in a crucial situation, and he acted like he had been there 1,000 times over. Then obviously last night getting an opportunity to start and coming up with an RBI, a few base hits. So far, and again, it's 2 games, the one thing I can confidently say is he does not seem to be overwhelmed in his first trip to the big leagues.
Before I let you go, back in 1993, the Marlins first came into Major League Baseball, and the Dodgers were the first team to play the Marlins. It was Charlie Huff on the mound. What do you remember the most about that first ever Marlins game?
Charlie Huff versus Oral Hershiser, and I couldn't believe we were facing Charlie Huff. I think also I was thanking goodness that I didn't get drafted in the expansion draft and was playing for the Marlins. But no, they went out and they beat us. Charlie threw a great game, beat Oral, and it was interesting, but a long time ago for sure.
Did you like playing at the old Joe Robbie Stadium?
No, I mean, it was all right. It wasn't bad. I will say this, and it was after my Dodger tenure, though, but when we played there in the playoffs with the Cubs, that place, you could not find an empty seat. And, that was like 70,000 people, and that was insane.
All right. Well, we won't remember how that ended. Thanks a lot for the time, Eric, and always love seeing you. And certainly you mean a lot to a lot of Dodger fans because of what you did and what you teach us every night. So thank you.
Look forward to working together again, Davey. All right, yeah.
Guy, Eric Karros with the great Fabio hair here on South Beach. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Tim.
All right, thanks a lot, DV. Thank you, Eric Karros. Dodgers Baseball is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. We'll continue here on Dodgers on Deck when we come back.
All right, chat. Gonna mute that for a little bit. Maybe limit the number of things I have to clear every day from these streams. But yeah, Dodgers Marlins, y'all. It's coming up. It's 3:22 here currently. So what? 20 minutes approximately 20 minutes. So my prediction, my Stone Cold lock, the Valhalla Sports Talk Stone Cold lock is Dodgers 7, Marlins 5. My called shot, James Outman, y'all. James Outman goes yard in his first game back up in the big leagues. He's been raking at OKC. Mr. Valhalla, do you still consider the best rivalry in baseball Dodgers versus Giants? I actually do not, Mr. Rothberg. I do not. I think that I would have to give the best rivalry in baseball. I don't know, man. I still think Yankees Red Sox is a biggie. And I think that Dodgers Padres deal is kind of picking up steam too. Nufo says, "What's for dinner?" I'm not sure, Nufo. I'm not sure. It might be grilled cheese. It might be some Applebee's riblets with fries. But I'm not really sure yet. Not really sure. Here we go. Back to it.
Up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
Thank you guys for painting such a beautiful picture, man. I was able to watch that game in my hand.
With a $2
We've been dominating this game a while.
Big Brother energy.
When you want to talk Los Angeles sports,
LA is lucky to have AM 570.
you come here. From Dan Patrick and Colin Cowherd.
Legends of the game in every way possible.
So, Chad, I talked to the radio station last night, and they wanted me to go call the state baseball championships in Phoenix on Friday. I was like, whoa, bro, whoa. I don't know any of those players. I don't know what has happened in this season. They wanted me to call 2 games for 2 teams here in the county on Sunday. And I was like, no, on Friday. And I was like, that's a little bit of throwing me into the fire there, y'all. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that whole deal here in the future. I know school is about to let out here in Arizona for the summer here pretty quick. So this is probably the last sporting events of the year on the high school side. But we'll see. We'll see, y'all. There is some interest there. They've got a full studio, and apparently I would be able to use that when I'm not doing my official duties for the radio station. And so I don't know. We'll see how it plays out here in the next couple months. But I think I would like to pick like one of the high school teams and that be mine, the one that I try to build up the viewership on. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, y'all. I'm probably be milling around in their offices starting next week a little bit to see what we could do. But it's very interesting. Very interesting. Also very competitive. But let's get back to it, y'all. Enough about me. 3:30 start, it says on SNLA. Ohtani getting his warm-up runs in. I'm sure the Sensuke handyman is filming him right now.
With thousands of slot machines and blackjack and big screen TVs.
I never have called high school games.
Back, so just grab.
I've never called high school games. I also thought maybe instead of doing the high school, I should just focus on the college. The community college, they got everything but football. So baseball, basketball, volleyball, all that stuff. But they don't have a football team at the community college.
And Ford is showing everyone that commitment is more important than ever right now.
Ford is offering employee pricing on all Ford.
You pay what Ford employees pay.
Now is the time to get into that Ford you've been eyeing.
Take advantage of employee pricing while you can.
Ford.
From America, for America.
Hi, I'm Kike Hernandez. Winning a world championship is incredible, but nothing beats being a dad to my 4-year-old daughter, Penelope. Making sure she has a strong, healthy start means being present, playing, and staying patient, even when it feels challenging. First 5 California is my go-to for tips and supporting her growth and well-being, so she can thrive no matter what challenges come her way. Learn more at first5california.com.
This day in Dodger history.
Place in history? Got that.
May 6, 2009. With a 10-3 victory over Washington, the Dodgers put themselves in sole possession of most victories at home to open a season in MLB history. The Dodgers would lose the following day where news of a different sort interrupted their momentum. As we reflect on the past, it's important to plan for the future. Empower yourself and empower your family. Start the conversation about aging and find resources at aging.ca.gov. This is Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck. On your home for the blue all season long.
Leading you up to Dodgers and Marlins on this Tuesday, game 2 of this 3-game set. Tony Gonsolin, Cal Quantrill, the pitching matchup. First pitch coming up at 3:40. Before that, we head back out to the booth. One final time. Tim Nedford, Rick Monday, guys.
Thank you, Tim. The roof is closed here at Lone Depot Park for the second straight night. Indoor conditions for baseball between the Dodgers and the Marlins. The pitching matchup featuring Tony Gonsolin makes his second start. 77 pitches in his first start against the Marlins back on the 30th of April. He struck out 9, allowed 1 home run. It was to Kyle Stowers, but he was outstanding, especially against right-handed batters. They only went 1 for 11 against him, and he struck out 7.
Yeah, and the fact that he had 9 strikeouts and no walks in that period of time was really something to behold. On the flip side, the Dodgers, don't take Quantrill for granted. Oh, yes, Dodgers have had very good success against him. They've won 7 of the 8. His ERA is well over 8. However, He's also trying to lower the batting average against, not only in the overall average, but also in runners in scoring position at batting average. He's a guy, too. Don't take it for granted. He throws 6 different pitches. The question is, what's working tonight?
That's going to be the question and the key to this one. What will be working tonight for Quantrill? As far as pitching goes tomorrow, Dave Roberts confirmed that Landon Knack, who is here in the Dodger clubhouse now, will pitch tomorrow in the finale in the afternoon here in Miami. Also tonight, J.P. Fireeisen is in the bullpen. Yuendis Gomez designated for assignment earlier today. Also, James Outman is here as Teoscar Hernandez could be on the shelf for a little while, according to the manager, saying that the grade 1 adductor strain of the hamstring is going to be maybe a couple of weeks. He doesn't know exactly how much, but don't expect to see Teoscar Hernandez in the lineup for a little while. Cal Quantrill, Tony Gonsolin, the pitching matchup, Dodgers and Marlins coming up, Tim.
Dodgers getting at it, looking to win again over the Miami Marlins team that they took 3 straight from at Dodger Stadium last week. Continue that success against them with a win yesterday in Miami. It's Japanese Heritage Night in Miami. So we'll see if the fans come out to see Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers, who go into play tonight with a half-game lead over the Padres. Dodgers 24-11 on the season, winners of 8 of their last 10. First pitch is next. Dodgers and Marlins from Miami. Enjoy it. I'm Tim Cates. It's the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
World champions once again, my friend.
World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
This is just the beginning of this team's title window.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Yeah.
This has been Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck on the world champion Dodgers Audio Network.
You either with me or against me, though.
Living out their dream. They've added even more.
Now we go for 2 in a row.
Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
In the backyard and dreaming about this moment.
Start chasing that chip. Stop. Win, 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 win.
This has been Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck. The MVP for fun, food, and good times. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Superior Grocers.
Quality, variety, and value.
Shakey's Pizza.
Get more meal for deal at Shakey's.com.
And by Estrella Jalisco.
Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the ninth.
First pitch is just moments away on your home of the world champion LA Dodgers. The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
National League West Division champion.
10,000 hours.
There's still more steps to take.
Get to stepping.
So go ahead and give us the flowers.
Just getting started.
Gotta know by now it's way more than luck.
This team has continued to pour resources into the roster.
All eyes on us.
Welcome to world champion LA Dodgers baseball.
Always remember what it felt like to be part of the best damn baseball team in the world.
In the world.
Zoom in, zoom out, zoom up.
They wear the crown.
All eyes on us.
Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Budweiser.
This Bud's for you.
Galvin Motors.
Family owned and operated since 1946.
LA County Public Works.
Recycling beverage containers is a triple play.
Children's Hospital LA.
From colds to cancer, we got this.
Coffee Hot Dogs.
A SoCal treasure. Local. Original.
I'm going to turn that off, y'all. That's a lot of music in the background there. It's a lot of music in the old background there. This thing's getting close to going, though, y'all. We are very, very close to first pitch, or kickoff, as Nufo likes to call it, for Dodgers-Marlins Game 2. Again, for those just arriving, Teoscar Hernandez placed on the 10-day injury list today. James Outman called up, so the lineup and the positioning in the field is quite different today. Also, did I say James Outman has been called up? Yeah. I'm going to be great as soon as I snap my brew. There you go, Miss Shelby. Get your drink on, girl. Get your drink on.
Handmade Vodka, proud sponsor of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Time to hit the stands with a Tito's cocktail in hand. Order a smooth Tito's cocktail. Rock that blue and white and root for the home team with your favorite team spirit. Tito's Handmade Vodka, proud sponsor of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
At UCLA Health, discovery and innovation lead to the best care. Our doctors and nurses work tirelessly every day to bring you the best experience so you can live your best life. It's why we're consistently ranked as a top hospital nationwide for 33 consecutive years by U.S. News and World Report. Go to uclahealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of over 250 locations in Southern California.
3-2 pitch. This one's blasted to center. Way back it goes. It is gone. A home run. Teoscar Hernandez.
Celebrate with the boys in blue at Dodger Stadium for Mexican Heritage Night on Tuesday, May 20th versus the Arizona D-backs. Purchase a special ticket package and receive an exclusive Mexican Heritage Night jersey presented by Hornitos. Experience Mexican culture, live music, and performances in Centerfield Plaza. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
When it's game on, it's time for Shakey's Pizza, Chicken, and Mojo's. The triple play of flavor. With meal deal packages to feed any size group. Everyone loves Shakey's classic thin crust pizza, golden fried chicken, and crispy Mojo potatoes. Get it to go at Shakey's.com or watch the game at your local Shakey's with an ice cold pitcher of beer, piping hot pizza, and a mountain of Mojos. Share the good times at Shakey's today.
Springtime in Southern California means warm weather and the return of baseball. Hi, it's Tim Cates. As the boys in blue look to run it back for another World Series championship, springtime's also a great time to make sure your car or truck are working in championship condition and running at peak performance. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute oil change. No appointment needed. Locations throughout Southern California. Find the one nearest you at SoCalOilChange.com. Have 15 minutes? Need an oil change? Make it a Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hello, this is Jan at Toyota.
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to get a new Toyota for summer?
It is. We like to say your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer.
Yeah, I'm a pet sitter and business is way up as people enjoy their new Toyotas.
Your summer starts here.
Oh, that's the Walker's pet parrot, Mr. Knowles.
That's me.
They packed up their new Corolla and took a trip to a national park.
Well, through June 2nd, everyone can join in on the summer fun with a great selection of Camrys, 4Runners, and more.
Yeah, the Johnsons strapped a canoe onto their new Grand Highlander and went out to the lake.
Shh, quiet, Lou.
And Mark and Sarah loaded their gear into their Tundra and went scuba diving. Oh, no, stop. Sebastian, Goldie is not dinner.
Fish for dinner.
No, stop.
This is bad.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Good luck.
Your summer starts here.
That's right, Mr. Knowles. Summer starts here at your Toyota dealer with a new Toyota. But it all ends June 2nd. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Toyota, let's go places.
Fans expect to in every season, but imagine winning the championship 29 seasons in a row. Galpin Ford did that, being the #1 volume Ford dealer in the world for 29 years. Led by the Bachman family, is the largest family-owned and operated dealer group in Southern California. Galpin has been part of the community since 1946, offering great deals, great service with great people. In addition to Ford, Galpin's winning heritage includes Mazda, Honda, Volkswagen, Porsche, Land Rover, Aston Martin.
And now your voices of the LA Dodgers.
Rick Monday. Live from Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. It's the middle game of a 3-game series as the Dodgers will take on the Marlins. Hi, everybody. Rick Monday alongside Tim Neverett and with producer engineer Dwayne McDonald as we get set to go. The Dodgers victorious last night. They're 3-1 on this current road trip. And they send out Tony Gonsolin tonight against Kyle Quantrill and the Miami Marlins. For this Dodger ball club, 3-1 on this road trip, and they've outscored the opposing teams 22-12. And here's Dave Roberts' starting lineup. A little bit of a shakeup in the lineup. Shohei Ohtani, still the designated hitter. He'll lead things off. Andy Pages is moved to the #2 spot in the lineup for tonight. He's in right field. Freddie Freeman is at first base. Doing the catching, batting fourth, Will Smith. Max Muncy is at third base. Michael Conforto, who broke a slump last night, is in left. Miguel Rojas starting at shortstop. This was a scheduled off day for Mookie Betts, so Rojas at the opening of the ball game will be at shortstop. James Outman just recalled from Oklahoma City AAA with Teoscar Hernandez going on the injured list with a leg injury. So Outman will be in center. And Ha-Seong Kim, who made his major league starting debut last night, had a couple of base hits, will be in the 9th spot. He'll be at second base. For Gonsolin, victorious his last outing. That was Wednesday against these Marlins. He went 6 innings, allowed just 3 runs, 6 hits, did not walk a single batter, and had 9 strikeouts. So all set to go. Dodgers trying to make it 4-1 on this road trip. Game 2 of 3. Dodgers against the Marlins. And with the play, here's Tim.
Thank you very much, Mo. We get set to go. The Marlins in their home whites. Marlins across the chest in Miami blue and Caliente red, trimmed in midnight black. While the Dodgers, their traveling road grays, Los Angeles across the chest, red numeral in front. And Ohtani
All right, Chet,
in.
enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
His favorite ballparks. He's played like it when he's been here.
We'll get her synced up right here on first pitch.
Set to go is Quantrill. Steps back, turns, delivers the first pitch of the ball. Game, and it is swung on and fouled off at 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. 72 degrees inside Lone Depot Park, 80 degrees outside. Roof is closed. Tonight's time and temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Next pitch up and away, and it's 1-1 to Ohtani. Last 10 games in Miami for Ohtani have been incredible when you look at the numbers. Here's the 1-1 from Quantrill. And a swing and a miss. In his last 10 here, he's 14 for 39 with 7 home runs, 17 runs batted in, and 9 stolen bases. Hitting .370 in his career here at this ballpark. .292 on the current season. And the pitch is down and away, a splitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani. Field shifted around a little bit to the right for him. And Quantrill ready to deal the 2-2. Here it comes. And Ohtani takes high. Full count, 3-2. The home run he hit last night left the bat at 117.9 miles per hour. It is the hardest hit home run in Major League Baseball this season. Payoff pitch from Quantrill, the 3-2. And strike 3 called, a cutter up in the zone, and Shohei took it. He sits down watching strike 3, 1 away.
Home run hit last night by Ohtani took like a nanosecond to get out of the ballpark.
The only question was, did it have enough height to get out? It was such a line drive, but it did. Now here's Andy Pages batting in the 2 spot tonight. Pages swings and lines it down the right field side. That's a fair ball. It's going to roll near the corner. Sanchez cuts it off. Pages around first. He's on his way to second with a stand-up double.
Interesting. Dave Roberts moved Pages in the number 2 spot. Again, Mookie Betts, this was a planned off night for him, at least at the beginning. We might see him before this game is over. But Pages has been swinging a hot bat, and immediately he's in scoring position.
It's his 5th double of the season. Freddie Freeman, 10-game hitting streak for Freddie. It is 350th career home run last night, his 41st against the Marlins. He is tied for the most number of homers against the Marlins. Swings and fouls it back. Former Philly Ryan Howard, former National Ryan Zimmerman, also with 41. And it just seems like it's a matter of time before Freddie stands alone atop of that list.
Quantrill this year, 8th highest average runners in scoring position of any starting pitcher, 364.
Here is an 0-1 pitch. And Freddie takes it inside.
I mean, the season average is high. Control has allowed a 345 batting average. That's very high. 26, now 27 innings, including the one strikeout. So 27 innings, but he's given up 39 hits.
And the 1-1 pitch. Freeman hits it on the ground right side. That's through into right field, a base hit. Paez will get waved around third. He'll score, and the Dodgers on the board first. It's 1-0. RBI number 24 for Freddie Freeman. He's now hit in 11 straight ball games.
Well, it's amazing what the top part of this lineup is being able to do. I mean, 1 through 4, you look at what they've done in recent times, hitting at 310. It's 5 through 9 that's a little bit low. In fact, 29th in baseball. But the top of the order just continues to mash.
Will Smith with Freddie at first base, 1 out. And the pitch in for a strike to Will. Right-handed hitting catcher, batting .303. Third baseman Connor Norby deep and off the line a little at third. Middle infield playing for 2. 0-2 pitch. That's low and away, and it's 1-1 to Will. Freeman has been hot. Teoscar Hernandez had been hot, but he is now on the shelf. Don't know how long, but Dave Roberts indicated could be at least a couple of weeks. 1-1 pitch inside to Will. It's a big loss right now because Hernandez, who normally would be hitting in this spot, the 4th spot, is the major league leader in RBIs with 34. 2-1 pitch to Will Smith. He swings. It's a high fly ball, right side, foul ground. It's going to drift into the seats. Well, Teoscar felt something grab when he was running to catch a line drive in the right center field gap last night. And not the kind of guy we've seen leave ball games just to come out. So we knew something had to be up when he left in the 4th inning. You're dealing with a hamstring or even a groin injury too. You're saying it's a grade 1 adductor strain. Last night we were told it was a hamstring. 2 different things. 2-2, swung on, well hit left center field. This one headed back toward the track. It's going to stay in the ballpark, and one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. The left fielder Kyle Stowers, 3/4 of the way on the warning track, makes the catch to retire Will Smith.
Yeah, hit it to a little bit shorter distance. That's not the area to hit it to. There's a lot of room to roam around in.
Max Muncy now comes up with 1 on and 2 out. Dodgers a 1-0 lead. And the Dodgers score first. They're 14-4. Muncy takes high ball 1. The Dodgers now have 34 runs in the first inning this season. That's tops in Major League Baseball. 1-0 pitch to Muncy. And he takes a strike.
Pretty good top of the order, too.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. It can be a nightmare for opposing teams. And everybody's in there and going well with Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith after that. Now Muncy takes a strike. But it'll be a little bit before they're all reunited. Mookie Betts off tonight, as you mentioned, a scheduled day off for him. He'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. And Teoscar will not be for a couple of weeks. 1-2 the count to Muncy. Pitch from Quantrill. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a splitter. Dodgers strike first. They get a run on 2 hits. They leave a man. No Miami errors. And after a half inning from Lone Depot Park, it's the Dodgers 1 and the Marlins coming to bat.
Hey, Dodger fans, the 2025 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the
Breaking ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco, his 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping. You behave properly. Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
A home run, number one. Number two, doubles off the base runner. That's just amazing defense by Pages. Now Freddie Freeman fouls it back. I mean, the home run robbery is one thing, but then to turn it into two is incredible.
Well, that's something you don't practice doing. That's a combination of just pure ability.
0-1 pitch. And Freeman bounces it foul.
There's so many different pieces of that puzzle too, Tim, because first of all, you have to be able to take the right angle and get a good jump, set yourself and not too close to the fence because you get locked in. And he made that high leap and then still able to get down and make a perfect throw to first base.
0-2 pitch to Freddie. Chops it foul behind him.
Well, one of the things I've been talking about with Dino Ebel, who now is the outfield coach, and we've talked to him for over a year about Pages. And many times he's had his right foot in the air with the ball across his home plate. Well, he's getting his right foot on the ground now. That enables him to go to his left much, much better than he was a season ago.
0-2 is up high, 1-2. I think that's got to be, what, his third or fourth home run robbery already this year?
Yeah, I mean, he's been able to get to the wall, understands, look, you can't crowd yourself against the wall. You have to give yourself a little bit of a room where you can kind of bend at the knees and then leap.
Freddie stays alive, a protection swing, and he's still in there, 1-2.
There's also a lot of outfielders that don't understand exactly where the fence is. And that may sound a little goofy, but there's some guys that don't understand or read what your feet are telling you, because your feet, you can feel the fact that you're going from the turf onto the track.
1-2, and Freddie lifts it in the air, shallow left field. Stowers over by the line, gets underneath it. He'll make the catch for the first out of the fourth inning.
And with that in mind, where you can feel going onto the cinders or even the dirt, there's a different field. You understand that, and you should know every ballpark you go into. Look, I've got safely 2 or 3 strides, and then I better put on the brakes because there's a fence. I've never been a firm believer at all on warning tracks that are made of artificial turf, like Tampa used to have.
Will Smith takes inside. Yeah, Tampa's warning track, of course, we don't have to worry about that right now. They're not playing there, but it was the same material as the artificial surface. So how would you know what's underneath your feet?
You don't.
0-1 pitch is grounded up the first base side, fair, slowly rolling into foul ground. Will's going to take a big turn, but Sanchez got to the ball quickly and holds Smith to a single. One out base hit for Will Smith.
Well, it's going to be Will Smith bobblehead night on May 21st. That's against the Diamondbacks. And the first 40,000 fans will take home the last out. The title clinching strikeout bobblehead presented by Spectrum. Don't miss out. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Max Muncy struck out swinging first time up, 0 for 1 tonight. Dodgers with a 1-0 lead, top of the fourth. Smith at first, throw to first, and Will gets back.
I want to thank Will for his expert timing as that drop in on the bobblehead night was about to be presented.
That was all in the script.
Timing.
He leads at first. Quantrill will stretch. Marlin right-hander comes home high to Muncy. 1 ball and no strike. The other thing about the Pages play is the wall in right field, toward the right field corner, is lower than if he was, say, maybe 10 or 15 feet toward right center where the bullpens are. The wall goes up. And if it was by the bullpen, he wouldn't have been able to get up that high to make the catch. It would have been off the wall. But it was hit just in the right spot for him. 1-0. Up high, and it's 2-0 to Muncy. Just a few moments ago, television showed his 3 previous home run robberies on the year, so he does have 4 of them already. I mean, we're still in early May. And you know from being out there, you don't get that many opportunities to pick off a home run.
It's like he has a mini trampoline out on the warning track and times it perfectly and makes the leap.
2 balls and a strike to Muncy. 1 run on 3 hits for the Dodgers. Smith off of first base, and Quantrill ready to fire home. Here's the pitch. And Max swings, fouls it back off the catcher. 2-2. Of course, when you played at Wrigley Field, it was, I think, impossible to rob one anyway because of the basket that was above the brick wall. Still is. 2-2. Swinging a bouncer to first. That's a fair ball. That's going to be fielded by Mervis. And even though Muncy was running hard down to first, Mervis didn't feel any kind of sense of urgency. Then he realized Muncy was running full speed, and then he decided he better get to the bag and step on it for the out. Smith advances to second. 2 away for Conforto.
And Mervis is taking his own sweet time and almost got run over.
That's why you have to run it out, right? You never know. Sanchez playing very shallow and right for the left-handed hitting Conforto. Look how shallow he is over there. There's a ton of room behind him.
All 3 outfielders are shallow.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 outs. Runner at second. Dodgers with a 1-0 lead. Yeah, they're shallow all the way around. And Conforto takes a hack and misses.
I don't remember a right fielder playing that shallow with a left-handed batter all year long, except for if it's in the 9th inning and the winning run is at third base. You have to play in less than 2 outs. You have to play where you can catch the line drive and throw out the runner.
1-1 pitch. Conforto fouls it straight back. I mean, that's what it looks like they're doing. It's like they're trying to cut down the run in the 9th inning, where it's a do or die time in the game, but we're far from that. Two outs, 1-2 the count to Conforto. Conforto walked his first time up. Quantrill looks back at second base. Now kicks, comes home. And Conforto will take a ball just off the plate, a splitter. 2-2 to the Dodger left fielder. Again, that outfield just daring him to hit one out there. Infield on the right side playing deep. Mervis, the first baseman, almost to the outfield turf. And the pitch. Swung on, tapped foul toward first. It's off a foot of Conforto. It rolled out in fair territory. Mervis thought the inning was over. He made the play. He started running to the dugout, and the home plate umpire Eric Bacchus had to say, no, foul ball.
An interesting inning for Mr. Mervis.
Now he goes back to playing over near the first base umpire Brian O'Nora. Brian will have the plate tomorrow afternoon for the day game here in Miami. 2-2 the count to Conforto. The pitch. He swings and fouls it again at the plate. That's right. Don't forget, early baseball tomorrow on a Wednesday. Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. is very early tomorrow. Now the 2-2 on the way, and that's inside and high. Well, it's not as early as I thought. I thought it was 1:40 our time tomorrow. It's 4:40 Eastern tomorrow, but 1:40 Pacific. Glad I checked.
You need help.
Glad I checked. 3-2. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. Heading back. Now changing direction and heading back. Backpedaling by the warning track is Stowers. Well, he had to do all he could just to get back there and make the play.
No, don't worry. I'll give you a wake-up call tomorrow.
Appreciate it very much. So the Dodgers come up empty. 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 3.5. Dodgers 1, Marlins nothing.
When you want
Breaking Never Ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Are you ready to take a swing at base balderdash? Today's phrase is around the horn. Do you know what it means? Around the horn. A double play that begins with the third baseman and goes to second and then first.
Swing a ground ball, chop left side. Vargas has it to second for 1. Garcia to first. There's the double play. 5-4-3 around the horn.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
All the big hits.
At the wall, gone! No doubt about it!
All the great grabs.
Oh, wow! You gotta be kidding me! Put a cape on him!
And all the swagger.
And he does it in grand fashion!
Relive the day's biggest plays all in one lightning-fast hour.
Oh, my goodness! What a show! You better believe it!
Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings only on MLB Network.
Dodgers 1, Marlins nothing. Bottom of the 4th inning, and the top of the order up, Xavier Edwards, Kyle Stowers, and Augustine Ramirez to face Tony Gonsolin. He's been pitching very well. Has 3 strikeouts in the game so far, and was helped out by one of the better double plays you'll ever see. Well, the pitch to the switch hitting shortstop. First ball swinging. He hits it on the ground. Right side of second base and to right center for a base hit. Going after the first pitch. Where have we seen that dance before? That was in the 2nd inning. In fact, Gonsolin had a 5-pitch 2nd inning. But Sanchez made it out on the first pitch. Connor Norby came up, swung at the first pitch, popped out. And then Matt Mervis struck out on 3 pitches. A runner aboard, nobody out. Here's Stowers, who struck out swinging on a fastball in the first. Pitch on the way. He looks to bunt, bunts it right back to Gonsolin. He turns. He'll take the out at first base. So they'll call that a sacrifice 1-3. And Edwards over to second base. So runner in scoring position, 1 out. And the Marlins playing to scratch out a run. Stowers has been their best hitter over the last week plus. And they just had him give himself up. Augustine Ramirez will take outside.
Both of us are scratching our heads. On the first pitch, if you're going to give a guy, maybe give him 1 shot. Yes, you are working to the middle of the lineup now.
1-0, wave and a miss.
But a team that had scored 151 runs coming in today and allowed 208. There's a disparity in the scoring.
Well, you got a 1-0 game and you're playing for 1 run in the inning. 1-1, swing and a miss, and you got your 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up.
And you just had your hottest hitter was asked to bunt. Plus he did it on his own. If he did I would imagine he's going to have a conversation. It would be a listening session, not a conversation.
Pickoff attempt at second base. Kim got over there to cover, but Edwards got his right hand back to the bag quickly. One out, runner at second, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Agustin Ramirez, the DH, who struck out on a slider in the first. Tony's pitch. Check swing, foul ball to the right, and out of play.
It's a good pitch, up and in.
One run on 3 hits for the Dodgers, no runs, 2 hits for the Marlins. 1-2 on the way, and Tony throws. It's in the dirt, skips away, down to third goes Edwards, and he's there with a pop-up slide well ahead of the throw. It should be ruled a wild pitch, and then the advancement of Edwards down to third. So the tying run now 90 feet away.
And now that changes the structure of the infield as far as the depth. They're going to come in very tightly.
Fill the play in. Muncy back just a little bit more than everybody else. A little bit behind the bag. Everybody else is in on the infield turf. Here's a 2-2. Just missed on the inside corner with a splitter. Very close pitch. And now a full count to Ramirez. Tony twists into position. First base side of the rubber. Out of the stretch, fires home. And he's delivered low.
Almost a wild pitch there. You know, the Dodgers had 1 wild pitch last night. And that tied them for the most in baseball with the Nationals and the Rockies. And they get one here in this inning.
So Ramirez walks first and third, so the middle infielders will play for 2 here with Jesus Sanchez up.
That's in the first out that he had. That was against the Marlins. Did not walk a batter.
One out, runners at the corners. Sanchez 0 for 1. And he takes a strike. Sanchez flied out the opposite way to left field his first time up in the second inning. On the first pitch he saw. He takes one here from Tony. He waits for the 0-1 pitch. Gonsolin deals home. Swing and a miss at a splitter. Right over the top with Sanchez for strike 2.
There goes the first base coach onto the field, closer to second base than the runner.
Nothing in 2 the count. The kick, the pitch in the dirt. Well, the Marlins are doing some things differently anyway. That's one of them. But they are doing some things differently as far as batting practice goes, as far as their pitchers, their starting pitchers go in between starts. Talk a little bit about that when we get a minute, but they are doing things a lot differently than other teams. 1-2. Missed outside. Tried the splitter again. It just faded off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is a big pitch here. If he goes full 3-2, do we see Ramirez take off from first base? And would the Dodgers even throw through with good speed over third?
Next offer, cut on and missed a high fastball that was out of the zone. Sanchez chased it and he strikes out.
Boy, that would have been ball 3.
Instead, it's the 4th strikeout for Gonsolin and a big out. 2-man out, and Connor Norby, the third baseman, coming up 0 for 1, fly to center. Takes a little bit of pressure off for the time being. However, the Marlins have been very good with 2 outs. They rank 2nd in the majors with a .270 batting average with 2 outs. They're tied for the most 2-out homers with 15. Norby went around. He couldn't hold up his swing on the slider. That's strike 1. Runner at third is Edwards. Ramirez at first. 2 away. 1-0 Dodgers lead, bottom of the 4th. Now the pitch. Check swing. Appeal down to first base umpire Brian O'Nora, who says he didn't go. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Unofficially, I'm looking at the Marlins tonight have either taken strike 1 or put the ball into play. First pitch. What was it, 13 times?
Wow. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a tapper foul over by the third base dugout. Well, that's an aggressive approach.
Oh, my goodness. Well, especially that 5-pitch second inning for Gonsolin.
Like Sanchez did, he wouldn't do it. 2-2. Field straight up. Kim playing almost behind the second base bag. Heels right near the outfield turf. Right side of the infield shifted over. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A splitter did the job. 5 strikeouts for Tony Gonsolin. And the Marlins leave the tying and go-ahead runs on base in the 4th inning. On to the 5th, under the roof of Lone Depot Park in Miami.
Breaking news.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The express written consent of the
Nothing. Bottom of the 5th inning. Matt Mervis to lead off. Left-handed hitting first baseman who is 0 for 1. Gonsolin, high leg kick, delivers low and inside. So far the pitch count good for Tony. Starting the 5th inning, 58 pitches, so pretty economical. Helped out by a 5-pitch second inning. Mervis standing in looking. And the pitch on the way. And that is downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Mervis is 16 for 84 on the season, but he is the leading home run hitter for the Marlins club with 7. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, belted to center field. That is a base hit. James Outman had to run over to his right, cuts it off with a backhand, gets it into second on 1 hop. A really good play by Outman to hold Mervis to a single.
And he got to that baseball and then fired in. Got the throw off in a hurry and a good one. You know, for Kim getting picked off, in total agreement, is that, you know, the learning curve up here and situation. And the situation with 2 outs and you've got a premier slugger at home plate. You just cannot get picked off.
Mervis leading at first base. The batter is Dane Myers, the center fielder, who will take high ball 1. And we know it, and the Marlins know it, but they know Kim's going to try to run as often as possible. He was just looking for a little edge, getting a bigger lead, but fell short on his dive back to first. Tony deals a fastball low and away for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
So just signaling in, wanting confirmation from Bacchus, the home plate umpire. Was that pitch low?
2-0 on the way. Swing and a miss. Fired a fastball by him right down the middle. It's 2-1. Boston hosting Texas right now. 1-0 Rangers. They're heading to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Braves and Reds scoreless in Atlanta. Pitch. That is outside. Tony just kind of turns around, a little disgusted with himself. Will finally throws the baseball back to him as Tony turns around. Now he'll rub it up. Comes up the first base slope of the mound and will toe the rubber. Falls behind, 3 balls and no strikes. You know, he only had 2 3-ball counts in his first start last week against the Marlins. He's got one here. 3-1, swing and a foul back. That caught the mask of Smith. He's okay. 3-2. White Sox and Royals underway. They're in the bottom of the second, scoreless in Kansas City. And the Giants with a 1-0 lead in Chicago over the Cubs, top of the second. Orioles and Twins scoreless. Same for the Astros and Braves. Pirates and Cardinals just underway, bottom of the first there in St. Louis. Nobody out, runner at first. Middle infield playing for 2. Here is the 3-2 pitch from Tony Gonsolin. Strike 3 called, a splitter right down the middle. Myers bailed on it. It looked like he just gave up on the pitch, and Tony strikes him out. That's his 6th punch out of the ball game.
He must have been looking dead red. He was not going to get it in that spot.
Of his strikeouts, that's the 2nd one on the splitter. The other ones are fastball slider. And now it is Ronnie Simon, the switch hitting second baseman. He just takes a wild swing at a curveball and misses.
Well, Gonsolin, you know, if you look at a guy that throws the splitter and say, well, he's probably a ground ball pitcher. There's only been 2 outs tonight against Gonsolin. Balls hit on the ground.
0-1 to Simon. Waves and misses again, this time at a splitter, and it's 0-2. Rojas playing near the bag, just to the left of it. Kim is deep on the right side of the infield. And Freeman holding the base runner at first, Matt Mervis. Here is the 0-2 pitch from Gonsolin. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him on a split. Strikeout number 7 for Tony.
That was no contest.
That was a mismatch. And with that, we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID on the world champion Dodgers audio network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Liam Hicks, the catcher, he was the one that hit into that fabulous double play started by Andy Pages. Swing and a drive to right field. He won't have it this time. It's gone. It's into the bullpen. First ball swinging. Liam Hicks got a fastball on the inner half and drove it out to give the Marlins a 2-1 lead. Second home run of the season for Hicks.
Hicks wasting no time. He's been to home plate twice. He's seen a total of 4 pitches. Well, you caught the first one that went out of the ballpark. Catch this one.
Pages took one step, turned around, and didn't bother with it the rest of the way. He knew it was way over his head and out. So the Marlins have a lead, and that's been unusual in this series.
Another first pitch swing as well. The Marlins hitters, they have been very active. They have not been up there to finger paint. They're swinging the lumber.
2 outs, bases clear. Pitch to Edwards. He shows bunt. Switch hitter batting from the left side. One ball, no strikes to Xavier Edwards, who had a base hit in the 4th inning. Back in the 1st, he grounded out to short. And here comes the 1-0. And he locked up and took it for a strike. 1-1. For the Dodgers in the top of the 6th, it will be the top of the order. Shohei Ohtani will lead off. Andy Pages and then Freddie Freeman. The Dodgers find themselves down by a run here. Edwards shorten up, shows bunt, takes a ball. Splitter outside, 2-1. Four hits apiece. pitch from Gonsolin. Right at the knees, and Edwards takes a strike. But Edwards is one of those guys, especially from the left side, where he's moving around a lot. Meaning kind of going up and down. His feet aren't moving so much, but his knees are. And the height of his batting stance can change a little bit here and there. And now the pitch down and in, check swing. 3-2 to Xavier Edwards.
And Edwards, when he swings and starts to swing, boy, there are a lot of moving parts. And his feet are moving, his knees are moving, his hips. It looks like he gets lower as he swings.
3-2 pitch. And that is strike 3. Well,
no, it was not called.
Nothing was called.
No, Will Smith threw the ball to Muncy. Dodgers are walking off the field, and now there's a conversation. Smith and Eric Bacchus, the home plate umpire. Smith is absolutely, I mean, he's at a loss for words. And you know who never left home plate? Edwards. He knew it was a strike.
He started toward the third base dugout. He thought it was done. But Eric Bacchus never made a call either way, at least anything visible to us up here. And he's good about being visible in terms of his strike calls, but he just never reacted. It doesn't mean he can't call it verbally down there, but obviously Will Smith thought it was a strikeout. Now Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, will emerge from the first base dugout in this mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice.
Yeah. Will Smith was walking back to the Dodgers first base dugout.
Well, that was weird. In the meantime, the Marlins have their only left-hander in the bullpen, Anthony Veneziano, up. And you got to figure he's going to start the 6th against Ohtani, with Freeman also on the way.
And Pryor walking almost stride for stride with Bacchus in the conversation coming back to the dugout.
Wow.
Well, you've got speed over at first base. Do they try and force the issue by having him go down, try to steal second base?
He's stolen 8. He's been caught twice. Kyle Stowers at the plate, who sacrificed Edwards the last time. Throw to first, and Edwards dives back safely. Pitch coming from Gonsolin. 2 down, Edwards at first. And the pitch on the way, and Stowers takes a ball outside, a splitter. The majority of the splitters that have missed have been outside the left-handed hitters. Just not catching the corner. Next offer again is outside with a splitter, and it's 2-0.
Goes the first base coach into playable territory. Now backs off into foul territory.
Now Gonsolin's first outing this year on the 30th of April. He threw 77 pitches. He's up to 80 right now. 2-0. Swing and a miss out in front of a split. And that split was outside, and Stowers chased it. That's a break for Gonsolin. 2-1.
Edward missed a good pitch to be going on. That was over a second and a half. Pitches want to be 1-3 or less. That was close to 1-6.
Quick toss to first base. Diving back safely is Edwards. 2-1 Marlins lead now after the 2-run homer by Liam Hicks. Scored Matt Mervis. Mervis with a leadoff single this inning. And Edwards getting off of first. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss by Stowers. That foul tipped it. Either way, it's strike 2, and it was a fastball that got by him.
Yeah, it got by him because in the back of his mind, he says, well, is he going to triple up or quadruple up with that splitter?
Gonsolin's 2-2 to Stowers. There goes the runner, and the pitch inside for a ball throw down, and Edwards is safe. The throw was right into the glove of Rojas. He caught it and made the tag at the same time.
Yeah, the Dodgers are barking again on the call at home plate.
They're not going to challenge the play at second, but just looking back at the computer here, they've got a great with the slider. Looked like it caught the inside corner. But in the meantime, it's 3-2. And now Gonsolin's fired. And swing and a miss, strike three. The splitter struck him out. 8 strikeouts for Tony Gonsolin. But the Marlins strike for 2 on a 2-run shot into the right field bullpen by catcher Liam Hicks. And after 5 full, it's the
Breaking Ever Ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is seeing eye single. Do you know what it means? Seeing eye single. A soft ground ball that finds its way between infielders for a base hit, as if it had eyes of its own.
That is a perfect seeing eye single for Riley Adams.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Find out more at Yamava.
Central in the top of the 6th. And Ohtani hammers one a ton. That is an upper deck monster shot on the first pitch against the Marlins reliever, and he ties the game at 2. His second home run in as many nights. Shohei Ohtani, with 10 home runs on the season, ties the game with a 403-foot shot to the upper deck in right. Can you believe this guy?
I tell you what, that's earth-shattering, the way he hit that breaking ball. Adios.
Adios, au revoir, sayonara. In any language, that ball was way gone.
Gone. Daniel Jewelers, by the way, proud sponsor, the trip around the diamond, and your family jewelers since 1948.
Andy Pages fouls one down the right side now to play. 0-2 to Andy.
So give our friends a visit. DanielsJewelers.com/baseball for a free baseball bracelet and $50 off a $99 coupon.
That is the 8th home run Ohtani has hit in the last 11 games against the Marlins. It's his 4th in his last 7. And that was just an absolutely majestic, towering fly ball. Reminded me of the one that he hit off of his 3rd one in the game last September 19th. He hit it off a position player, Vidal Brujan, who's now with the Cubs. That one reminded me of that one. I mean, he just obliterated the baseball.
But the sound, it's just incredible.
1-2 to Pages. He swings and lines it foul out of play.
I've been watching a family right behind home plate, first row. Family of 4. They had a sign, very well made sign for Shohei Ohtani. Hey, hit one, golden. It's my 8th birthday. Well, the 8-year-old, you would have thought that he just was presented a brand new shiny bicycle with that home run. He jumped into the air. You couldn't believe how high.
So great when that happens.
Well, he asked for a home run by Ohtani on his birthday, and by gosh, he got it.
There's a poke right to the first baseman, Mervis. He makes the grab, and Pages is out, 1 away. So Veniciano in the game. Didn't get a chance to tell you yet that the pitching change was brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Quantrill had probably his best start of the year. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 79 pitches, 53 for strikes, and he leaves on the plus side of things after the home run by Hicks. But now it's a no decision after Ohtani's tied it up. Freddie Freeman fouls it away. Freeman an RBI single in the first. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Luis Garcia starting to loosen up for the Dodgers in the bullpen. And the Dodgers did make a roster move with the pen today. J.P. Fireeisen is back, and he is in the pen tonight and active. Andres Gomez designated for assignment today. And Freeman lifts one high and deep to center field. This ball heading back to the wall. It's gone! A homer! Freddie Freeman with a homer. And that gives the Dodgers a 3-2 lead. Home run number 8 for Freddie. And he now is the all-time home run leader against the Marlins with 42.
Up and away. And Daniels Jewelers, again, proud sponsor of the trip around the diamond and your family jewelers since 1948. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball for a free baseball bracelet and $50 off a $99 coupon.
Well, nobody in baseball has hit more home runs against the Marlins ever. He's just passed Ryan Howard and Ryan Zimmerman. He was tied with them after last night's home run.
Again, Veneziano to face 2 out of the first 3 hitters lefties, and they both leave the yard with home runs.
Will Smith takes the ball low. 1-1 to Smith.
And this crowd is buzzing still.
That is wild to see. That ball just carried out just to the right of the batter's eye, just about the same spot he hit it last night. (3-2). Dodgers have retaken the lead in the 6th. 2-1 pitch to Smith. And he fouls it back.
Well, this crowd, they come into this series wanting to see the defending world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, and they saw every bit of them last night, and they see what they're made of tonight.
And when you talk about all-time home run hitters against certain teams, and there's a shot to right center and deep by Smith. That ball is going to bounce off the track and over the wall for a double. That'll be the automatic double for Will Smith. Boy, and that ball was absolutely smoked to the right center field gap.
Well, the only out was off the bat of Paz. That was a line drive to first base.
Veneziano isn't fooling anybody.
No, he's backing up some bases over the home runs. He didn't have to go far.
Well, Muncy wants to get in on it. But Daniel Moskos, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word. But looking at some of the well, first, the mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. But looking at some of the all-time home run leaders against certain teams, Willie Mays comes to mind because he hit a lot of home runs against a lot of teams. He is the all-time leader against the Braves with 83, against the Dodgers with 98. Barry Bonds, the all-time leader against the Padres, Rockies, Diamondbacks, and the Nationals/Expos. And Willie Stargell had 60 against the Mets. Ernie Banks and Mel Ott tied with 82 against the Phillies. The active leader against the Phillies, Freddie Freeman with 33.
It's a pretty elite group.
And Muncy grounds it just foul down the first base side. Lake Bacher is now warming quickly for the Marlins in the bullpen. Now, Veneziano pitched on 2 different occasions in the previous series at Dodger Stadium. He had 2 hitless and scoreless innings. He only allowed 1 base runner on a walk. He comes out with the Marlins leading 2-1. Ohtani ties it with a light tower power shot, and then Freddie Freeman hammers one to center. And Muncy takes low and in. And Muncy is due any time to start stringing a few together. Only one home run on the season, and we're at the 6th of May. 1-1 to Max, and he will take a strike, a sweeper that caught the inside third of the plate. Well, Henry Aaron is a leader against a couple of different teams too. The Hammer had 97 against the Reds, 91 against the Cardinals. And Max swings and fouls it back. He'd finished with 755 in his career total. One ball and 2 strikes to Max Muncy. 1 out. Smith, the runner at second base. Pitch. It's up high. 2-2. Some of the guys on the list you had a chance to be around. Reggie Jackson is one. Reggie Jackson, the all-time home run leader against the Brewers with 62. Andrew McCutchen, the active leader with 40. And the most home runs against a single team all time. Babe Ruth had 123 home runs against the Tigers. That's more than a career for some guys, and that was just against one team. And Muncy draws a walk. Dodgers have runners at first and second and 1 out. Let's see, you were around Reggie Jackson. You spent some time with Ernie Banks.
All those guys, you look at them and you start to look at their swings. They were not wild swingers.
Michael Conforto, 2 on, 1 out. Left on left matchup here. And a check swing, no need for an appeal. Called a strike by Eric Bacchus. They were all dangerous men when they got to the plate. 0-1. In for a strike called to Conforto. He's behind 0-2. Conforto in the game 0 for 1. Fly to left in the 4th inning. Back in the 2nd, he walked. No balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the delivery. Way out in front of a sweeper, and Conforto strikes out. 2 down in the top of the 6th. Now Clayton McCullough is going to come out, and he's going to get the right-hander Lake Bacher to face Miguel Rojas. After Veneziano gave up the lead, giving up solo home runs to Ohtani and Freeman. Pitching change timeout. 2 down, top of the 6th. That's the Dodgers 3, Marlins 2.
Ford employs the most American auto workers in the U.S. They also assemble the most vehicles in the U.S. Ford's commitment to America is not a coincidence, but a proud choice.
Breaking the ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Are you facing the challenges of cancer? At Cochise Oncology, we understand your journey. With over 65 years of experience, we help you conquer cancer closer to home. Using innovative genetic tests, Cochise Oncology provides personalized cancer treatments in Sierra Vista. The first in Arizona, our state-of-the-art Radixact treats your cancer with pinpoint radiation. Cochise Oncology, where cancer meets compassion. Healing begins here.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
New pitcher Lake Bacher, his 15th appearance this season, 2-0 with an ERA of an even 2. Struck out 20 over 18 innings. The opposition hitting only 121 against him. He's been one of the effective relievers that the Marlins have had coming out of the bullpen. Their pitching change brought to you by Navien HVAC and water heater products. 3-2 Dodgers in front. Top of the 6th inning, 2 on, 2 out. Pair of home runs this inning, Ohtani and Freeman. And Miguel Rojas is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging last time up in the 5th. Hit into a double play his first time up in the 2nd. Pitch from Bacher. That's a strike call. Rojas hitting .255 overall. 1 home run. 3 runs batted in. His home run came Sunday night in Atlanta. Runners off the bags. Here's the 0-1. Swung on a ground ball to third. One-handed by Connor Norby. And he lets his momentum take him to the bag. Steps on it. Records the force out that retires the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 home runs. And after 5.5, it's the Dodgers 3, Marlins 2.
Are you facing the challenges of cancer? At Cochise Oncology, we understand your journey. With over 65 years of experience, we help you conquer cancer closer to home. Using innovative genetic tests, Cochise Oncology provides personalized cancer treatments in Sierra Vista. The first in Arizona, our state-of-the-art Radixact treats your cancer with pinpoint radiation. Cochise Oncology, where cancer meets compassion. Healing begins here.
Are you ready to round the bases with Base Balderdash? Today's phrase is Texas Leaguer. Do you know what it means? Texas Leaguer, a bloop that falls between an infielder and an outfielder for a base hit.
It's an RBI single for Breckman on a little Texas Leaguer, and the Astros lead 2-0.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com. Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Bottom of the 6th inning in Miami. 3-2 Dodgers lead. New pitcher comes on for the Dodgers. It is right-handed Luis Garcia. And Garcia will take over for Tony Gonsolin, who went 5. Allowed 2 earned runs on 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 8. Garcia's 18th appearance, 1-0 and a 3.78 ERA, 17 strikeouts in 16 2/3 innings work. First ball swinging is Ramirez. He drops it into right center field. It gets past Outman and rolls to the wall. Ramirez around second, and he'll stop there with a double. Again, that aggressive approach tonight by the Marlins. First ball swinging early and often produces a double for Agustin Ramirez.
All night long, it's been that way, and we saw it starting out that way last night. It's as if they have a code tonight. If you take a strike, it's a fine.
Here is Jesus Sanchez. Tying run is in scoring position, nobody out. Garcia whips one home, and it's up high and away. Right now, Tony Gonsolin is the pitcher of record in the ballgame on the plus side, and he hopes it stays that way. Another high strikeout performance tonight. He had 9 in his first game, now 8 here tonight. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a sinker. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Marlins. And the next Next pitch popped up foul, third base side. That'll drift into the seats. It's Chevy Truck Month, and there's no better time to do what you do best than a Chevy Silverado. Shop now at SoCalChevy.com. Luis Garcia, right-hander. Pressed his blue leather glove up against his left hip. Now he pumps his front left leg 3 times. Runner goes for third. Pitch swung on and bounced. Foul up the first base side.
Well, they're lucky because Garcia never looked back to second base.
Nope, he did not.
No, Ramirez was on the run before Garcia came out of the stretch position.
And as the base runner, you've got to know you have it stolen. You're the tying run.
Oh, there was no chance at all to make the throw down to third base.
You can't take any chances out there now. Already in scoring position with nobody out. 1-2, and it goes to the backstop.
Well,
and he's going to get third anyway.
Well,
wow,
he's going to get third, but that's where the attention gets drawn away from getting the hitter, and now you're thinking about the runner. And you throw a wild pitch. Now the runner advances.
I mean, that pitch cleared everybody. It cleared the catcher, cleared the umpire. It was way above them. And went to the backstop. Now the infield will play for the out here. Muncy even with a bag at third. 2-2. And Sanchez grounds it to third. Muncy backs up, plays it off the turf, checks the runner, throws to first. They get him. And Ramirez has to hold at third base, so 1 out. Good play by Muncy there.
Hey, friends, planning ahead a week from tonight on the 13th is Mookie Betts bobblehead night at Dodger Stadium. It's against the A's. And the first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a Mookie Betts bobblehead presented by Security Benefit. Make plans to join us. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Infield now comes in with 1 out. And a wave and a miss by Connor Norby. And with 1 out here, there's a better likelihood of a contact play being on. So the Dodgers want to do their best to cut down the tying run at the plate if they can. 0-1 pitch. That's low and away, a sweeper. Matt Mervis, the first baseman on deck for the Marlins. 1 out, runner at third. 1-1 pitch from Garcia. Another swinging strike, a foul ball. Might have caught Will Smith on his bare right hand.
Very short lead just watching Ramirez at third base.
One and 2 the count. Stretched by Garcia, and he throws home. Ball is swung on, popped up, foul, first base side. Freddie drifting with it, still drifting, and the ball ends up over the netting and into the seats, out of play.
Ramirez did not go back to the bag to tag up. And if that ball is caught, there is a chance if Freeman gets tied up on that protective netting, which we've seen some fielders do.
He just took the foul ball for granted.
Yeah.
1-2 on the way. Swung on and hit in the air to left field deep. Going back to the wall is Conforto. It's over his head. Ramirez will come in and tie the game on a double by Connor Norby.
2 strikes, not a good pitch.
3-3 the score.
That was a little breaking ball, and it hung out over the plate way too long.
The 5th run batted into the season only for Norby. And now Tony Gonsolin will end up with a no decision out of this. This game will belong to the bullpens. 3-3, bottom of the 6th. Mervis had a hit last time up, takes a strike here.
Well, an expensive wild pitch. Gets a runner from second to third.
Now the 0-1. There's another pitch that's in the dirt. It won't be scored as anything, but it was wild. Will Smith was able to block it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still 1 out in the go-ahead run now at second base. And Garcia's going to tighten it up here. 1-1 on the way. It's a swing and a miss. He delivered a splitter down low, and Mervis swung right over the top.
Well, Norby, before he got that RBI double to tie up the ball game, you go back, the first 2 pitches were breaking balls. The count was 1-1, and he fouled off another one. Not a good swing with 2 strikes, and they got a breaking ball over the big part of the plate. That's a hitter's delight, especially when you're behind in the count. They have a chance to tie the game.
One out, 1 on, 1-2 the count. And Garcia's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a splitter in the dirt. 2 out now for Miami in the 6th. Coming up in the 7th, Ohtani's going to be up again. Outman will lead off, followed by Kim, and then Ohtani scheduled to hit 3rd. The bottom of the order can get going here tonight, which they have not been. Got 1 hit from the 5 through 9 hitters. Swing and a foul back by Dane Myers. Myers, the center fielder, had a base hit in the 3rd inning, and he was the one who was doubled off of first base when Andy Pages robbed Hicks of the home run and then threw the ball into Freeman. Myers was on the run. 0-1. 2-seamer inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia ready to go. He stretches, straightens up, and now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on base, hit to center field. Outman's going to field it on 2 hops. Runner comes around 3rd. The throw will be cut off, and the Marlins have taken the lead on a 2-out single by Dane Myers. It is 4-3 Miami.
And after the base hit, Garcia, he didn't back up any play at all. He basically stood on the mound and was a spectator. Another breaking ball left right down the middle.
Well, the Dodgers went and got the lead in the top of the inning, and they've given it back here in the bottom. Here's Ronnie Simon, left-handed hitting second baseman. Myers goes for second base. Smith throws down, and he's there in plenty of time to throw him out. So Myers is thrown out for just the 2nd time this season. As Will Smith guns him down. Miami looking at the tape to see if they want to challenge. They do not, and that is the inning. But they get 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left, no Dodger errors. And at the end of 6.
Are you facing the challenges of cancer? At Cochise Oncology, we understand your journey. With over 65 years of experience, we help you conquer cancer closer to home. Using innovative genetic tests, Cochise Oncology provides personalized cancer treatments in Sierra Vista. The first in Arizona, our state-of-the-art Radixact treats your cancer with pinpoint radiation. Cochise Oncology, where cancer meets compassion. Healing begins here.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper.
We're just baseball. And now we return to the Galvin Motors broadcast booth.
Top of the 7th inning, a little different story here. Marlins 4, Dodgers 3. James Outman to lead off against Lake Bacher. 7 hits apiece. And Outman is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out swinging and looking. And now he swings and misses at a sinker down and in. James had been having really good success in AAA. Trying to get it to translate here at the big league level. And the ball skips in the dirt for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shakey's Pizza Parlor is the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. 1-1 the count. Bacher out of the stretch at all times. Norby in on the turf at third. Now the pitch. And it's inside and low. 2-1. Just thinking about when they get out in the bottom of the inning. As the way that the Marlins have been swinging the bat. Here's a 2-1. And that's up high. Probably something with a wrinkle in it for the first pitch and not a fastball down the middle.
Yeah, and if you're not throwing strikes on that very first pitch, are they going to increase the zone?
And James Outman takes ball 4 low with a slider, and he walks. So the tying run is aboard with nobody out, and Ha-Seong Kim coming up.
Alex Vesia, by the way, getting loose in the Dodgers bullpen.
And over on the Miami side, Calvin Fauché. So both bullpens active. Third baseman Norby way in on the turf at third base, expecting a bunt. Pitch to Kim, inside ball 1. Kim starting his second major league game here tonight. Expect him to be in the lineup again tomorrow. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike.
We talked last night about, okay, he's removed a leg kick. It's a wider stance, ever so slightly closed stance. And it's not a stride, it's basically a weight transfer.
Bacher pausing on the hill, now delivers. And a ground ball to first. Mervis picks it up, throws to second, and no chance for the double play as the speedy Kim got down the line in a hurry. But Outman is forced at second, 3-6. Kim reaching on the fielder's choice. So 1 down, and here comes Ohtani. Ohtani 1 for 3. He's not going to face Bacher. He's going to face Fauché. Clayton McCullough coming out to make the pitching change. And we know what happened last time that happened. Ohtani took the reliever deep on the first pitch. Can he do it again? We'll have a pitching change, timeout. 1 out, 1 on. We're in the top of the 7th inning. It's Miami 4, the Dodgers 3.
Hope. Did you know that for the first time, you can get 24/7 access to live MLB Network programming through the MLB apps?
Boom! How fun is this show?
Now you can stream live MLB Network shows like MLB Tonight, MLB Now, Intentional Talk, and Off Base, along with out-of-market MLB Network showcase games.
And that one's gonna go. Corey Seager says, remember me.
Go to MLB.com/network today to get unlimited access to the best baseball has to offer. MLB Network.
Guess which baseball player or manager is at the plate?
None of this would be possible without unbelievable teammates over the years, coaches, and managers. To all of them, I'm thankful. They've been great teachers for me. I hope I've left something for them.
That's Don Mattingly after his number 23 was retired by the New York Yankees. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Right-hander Calvin Fauché to face Shohei Ohtani. Fauché pitched in the first game against the Dodgers back at Dodger Stadium through an inning of hitless and scoreless relief. He did strike out 3, but he didn't face Ohtani. He pitched in the 9th inning of the game that the Dodgers would win in 10 innings. And Ohtani 1 for 3 with a home run. 4-3 Miami. Dodgers batting in the 7th. And Fauché with Kim at first. The pitch. He takes a strike inside. This pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations throughout Southern California. 13th appearance for Fauché. He is 1-1. And Ohtani swings and misses for strike 2. Fauché gets way ahead of him. 1 out. Kim at first. He represents the tying run. Fauché hanging his right arm down by his side. First base side of the rubber stretch. Now the 0-2 to Shohei. Here it comes. Nope, he'll throw to first. He turns and fires over to first. And that time Kim got back in plenty of time. Remember, in the 5th inning, he was picked off with Ohtani at the plate to end the inning. And here comes the 0-2 to Ohtani from Fauché. It's in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Hicks. You got a guy who can run like Kim, but you got a guy who can hit like Ohtani. So just let Ohtani do his thing here.
Unless you can guarantee you can steal second base, you've got to let Ohtani hit.
1-2 count as opposed to the 2-1 count. 2-1 count probably better because you're not risking a strike him out, throw him out at that point.
Well, right here, the pitcher also does not have to throw a strike.
Stretch by Fauché. His 1-2 on the way to Ohtani. And here it comes. And Ohtani takes high. Curveball was up.
Yeah, the other thing is, even if that was a curveball, Fauché is rather quick to home plate. That was at 1.2 seconds.
2-2 to Shohei. Big left-handed batter waits. 2-2. He missed outside with a fastball. Boy, was that close. That was a borderline pitch that went Ohtani's way.
Okay. Now you may see Kim take off at first base.
Fauché goes back down the slope of the mound, grabs the rosin bag, throws it down. Oh, he's towing the rubber again. Lead at first for Kim. Payoff pitch to Ohtani. There goes Kim, and Ohtani slices one foul over the third base dugout. Dodgers will get Kim in motion. And they do that in this instance to try to stay out of a potential double play. And Ohtani might have cracked his bat. He's asking for a new one. And Harvey runs it up. Gives him a new bat. Talking to Javi, the clubby today. Good guy. He hustles. He does all kinds of stuff. He said he likes it here because home plate's really close to where he works, so it's easy for him to go get the bats. Anyway, Kim will run with the pitch again here. 1 out, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani. And Fauché will step off in a disengagement. And now home plate umpire Eric Bacchus is holding up his right index finger to tell everybody that's the first disengagement. 3-2. Runner goes. This ball smacked down the right field line. Fair ball. It's going to go to the wall. Kim is flying around third. He's going to come to the plate. Kim will score with a head first slide and no throw. And Shohei Ohtani has done it again. He has tied the game for the second time tonight with an RBI double. It is 4-4.
And with Kim on the move during the pitch on the 3-2 pitch, he could easily score. If he's not running, it may have been a different story. But Ohtani in that at bat, remember, he was down quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. He moved the count full to 3-2.
Brand new ball game again. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. Ohtani leads at second. Andy Pages at the plate. First pitch to Andy as a cutter swung on and missed. Ohtani is Superman when he is in this ballpark. There's really no kryptonite that can affect him here in Miami. The way that he plays here, it is remarkable. 1 ball and 1 strike to Andy Pages. Andy tonight with a double and a run scored. He's 1 for 3. One pitch from Fauché. And it's a swing and a miss, a cutter. And Andy didn't have a really good swing on that. He's down on the count 1-2. So was Ohtani at one point. Andy hitting .278, 6 home runs, 14 runs batted in on the season. 1-2 pitch from Fauché to Andy Pages coming. And Andy swings it and fouls it down the right side. Hits the netting just beyond the dugout near the camera well. Count stays 1-2. Ohtani leading at second base. Stretch on the 1-2, and Pages bounces it into the third base dugout.
Trying to go inside with a fastball, and Pages handles that pitch very well. Pages has also made, just tremendous adjustments to that ball out away from him. That was problematic a season ago.
Another 1-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Ohtani breaks for third. He'll get there. Edwards picks it up, throws on to first to get Pages. And now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. 2 men are out, and Freddie Freeman coming up.
Well, here's where you can cover some spots. You've got a couple of bases open. You got a left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. You got Freeman. The go-ahead runs at third base. But if you walk him, you're not helping yourself a lot because Will Smith's on deck.
Big lead down the third baseline by Ohtani, and the pitch to Freeman taken for a strike. Norby playing off the bag at third. 2 down, right side of the infield deep, and Xavier Edwards playing up the middle. Freddie 2 for 3 tonight with a base hit and a home run. And he takes inside here, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, if you picture around him, we've been talking about Will Smith. He has the best average this year with runners in scoring position. 538 now.
Amazing. Ohtani alert for a pitch in the dirt down there at third base. 1-1 pitch to Freeman will wait. There's a disengagement as Fauché stepped off, looked over at Ohtani. And Ohtani creeping down that third baseline. 1-1 to Freeman. He is late on the cutter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. For the score. We are in the top of the 7th. The pitch. And Freddie swings and misses at another cutter. He strikes out. But Ohtani comes up with a run-scoring double to tie the game. It is stretch time, middle of the 7th in South Florida with the score: the Dodgers 4, Marlins 4.
It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Are you facing the challenges of cancer? At Cochise Oncology, we understand your journey. With over 65 years of experience, we help you conquer cancer closer to home. Using innovative genetic tests, Cochise Oncology provides personalized cancer treatments in Sierra Vista. The first in Arizona, our state-of-the-art RadExact treats your cancer with pinpoint radiation. Cochise Oncology, where cancer meets compassion. Healing begins here.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I mean, that's the best way to go. It was an important situation. It didn't call for the guys to run out on the field because we were still in the ball game, but I couldn't have picked a better guy.
Dodgers 4, Marlins 4. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Alex Vesia, left-hander, comes on to pitch. It looks like the Marlins are going to go to the bench. Javier Sanoa, right-handed batter, is going to come up and bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. For Vesia, his 19th appearance. No decisions, ERA 2.76. 24 strikeouts in 16 in the 3rd innings pitched. And before he throws a pitch, Mark Pryor is going to come out and go over the scouting report on the pinch hitter Sanoa.
Yeah, they should go over 2 of them because Fortes, right-handed batter, is on deck, and he's going to pinch hit for the left-handed hitting Hicks.
So the home plate umpire, Rick Bacchus, decides to go out and break up the meeting. Pryor not done yet. So Mark's going to go when he's ready. Now he's ready.
The primary said, hey, wait a minute. We're going to talk about 2 guys, not just one.
Bottom of the 7th, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So here we go as Vesia gets ready to throw. Sanoa hitting for Ronnie Simon. Simon is a switch hitter, but they didn't want him batting against Alex Vesia, who deals ball 1. One and 0 to Sanoa. Now it's 1-1. He pumps in a strike. Fastball at 92, outer half of the plate.
For Vesia, his strikeout rate is right at 40%.
1-1 pitch. Sanoa takes low. 2-1.
By the way, that's right around 6th of all relievers in either league.
Think of the year he had last year, Mark. Quietly, I think nationwide quietly, but we saw him all the time. He had a career year. Delivers outside. He had career lows in almost everything.
And that riding fastball that was elevated was problematic for left-handers and right-handers.
He needs a strike here, falling behind 3-1. And Vesia kicks, fires. And the ball is swung on and fouled away to the right, now to play. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Javier Sanoa. Said he had career lows and everything. He also had career highs in a lot of things too. Vesia last year. Strikeouts, innings, appearances. Now payoff pitch to the pinch hitter. And he walked him. It was too far inside. And now the go-ahead runs on. Nobody out.
Well, how many times have we said it, but we'll repeat it. Over 30% of leadoff walks come around and score. And that's not a good sign late in a tie game.
Here is Nick Fortes batting for Liam Hicks. Time for a double play ball. And he was locked up on a slider. 3/4 swing, but it was enough, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Fortes. Started the game last night behind the plate. Left-hander Vesia stretches, kicks, fires, and he drops in a slider just inside.
Yeah. Check swing, but that cost him a strike.
Looking for Backus to point at him. Usually the umpire will point at the hitter, but I didn't see him do it. So it's 0-2 in Vesia's favor. And now the 0-2 pitch coming. Here it is. It skips in the dirt. I've talked about it a few times before, but in the old days, remember Tim McClellan, longtime veteran umpire. He's been retired for several years now, but he used to clutch his fist right up against his chest, and he was real quiet. And you really didn't know if he was calling a strike or not sometimes, depending on where your seat was. There's the elevated fastball, swing and a miss, and Fortes is out on strikes. But what McClellan would do, and the hitters and the catchers would tell you, is he would say, yep, just like that when it was a strike. And he would say it so at the plate they knew, and the pitcher might be able to hear it, but you couldn't hear it anywhere else. Now Xavier Edwards turns around to bat right-handed. He bunts, pops it up third base side, and Muncy dives for it, but the ball landed on the turf before he could get there. A foul ball and a strike.
Edwards has been showing bunt 3 different times now tonight.
Ball might have just clipped part of the leather of Muncy's glove, but he just couldn't get there the whole way. No balls, 1 strike to Edwards. 0-1, 1 out. Sano at first. And Vesia deals him a slider inside. 1-1. Kyle Stowers, the left fielder, is on deck. Here comes the pitch from Vesia. 1-1, swung on, fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes.
Friends, looking ahead, Freeway Series against the Angels right around the corner, May 16th through the 18th. So experience the crosstown rivalry. Tickets, information, Dodgers.com/promotions. It's really another town rivalry.
It's a different area code too.
Different city, different county.
Very drivable. I don't know any other way to get there. There's 1-2. Throw to first instead.
You're getting creative on transportation, I see.
Well, that's the way you and I get there, Bat, when we go down there. You got any other ideas on how to get there?
Call a friend of mine. Have him fly us in his chopper.
1-2, fouled out to the right and out of play. Well, that would be another way. 1 out, 1 on. 4-4 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Game 2 of the 3-game set tomorrow. 12:30, Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. First pitch 1:40 Pacific time. And a 1-2. Swung out, fouled off to the right again and out of play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the World Champion Dodgers audio network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now 1-2 again. Strike 3 called. He pumped in a slider and Edwards froze. Strikeout number 2 for Vesia. 2 men out, and here's Stowers coming up. You know, it's odd to watch some of the hitters from Miami because they get aggressive at the first pitch, and then when the count gets deep, it seems like they get a little bit more selective. Sanoa leads at first. Stowers, the left-handed batter, takes a ball. Not all the hitters, but some of the hitters tonight.
Some of them is like the batters are full charge when they go up there the first time, and by the fourth or fifth pitch, the batters are just about gone.
Vesia's pitch swung on, fouled back, 1-1. Tonight, Stowers has struck out twice looking. Beg your pardon, swinging. Once at a fastball, once at a splitter. And then he was asked to sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning. Sacrificing Edwards over to second. Edwards would end up being stranded. Throw to first base. And back is Sanoa. Agustin Ramirez, the designated hitter, on deck. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Marlins. Vesia's 1-1. Stowers, could he hold up on the check swing? No, he could not. An appeal down to third base umpire Laz Diaz. And he puts the fist up in the air, indicating a strike. Stowers falling behind Vesia, 1-2. One and two the count as Vesia kicks and deals. Runner goes, pitch up high, throw down, and safe. Rojas thought he tagged him. He's told the dugout to look. So the Dodgers will decide whether or not they want to look. Not sure if there was any separation between the base runner and the bag that Rojas is talking about. And the Dodgers do want to review this. They want a challenge. And Rojas instantly pointed at the dugout, so he felt something was up.
LA Dodgers are telling you to safe call at second base.
Well, the right foot hit the bag before the tag, but then the right foot came off the bag. The question is, did the left leg at any point get to the bag before the tag?
Looked like he was there ahead of the throw. There may have been some separation. Hard to tell.
Poor slide. In fact, he slowed up, trying to basically get the stride where he would go to the bag.
This is going to be tough to overturn, huh?
Well, it's going to be difficult to overturn, and I'll repeat this again, and I've said it. With the replay, stay with the tag. Don't use the slap tag. Guys will come off the bag.
I think the question is going to be, when did the left foot make contact? Because he had the tag on the right leg that clearly came off the bag. But when they look at it back at the replay operations center up north in New York, they'll have a look at it. And from the center field camera, looks like the left foot was on the bag the whole time. Well, we'll let those guys decide. That's what they do. It would be convenient for the Dodgers if this were to be overturned. But don't know if it'll happen. Count 2-2. That last pitch was a ball, by the way. They're taking a good long look at it in New York.
Yeah, well, the right foot came off the bag. Eventually, the left foot came off as well. But the tag had already been made when the left foot came off.
That's why a middle infielder now has to keep the tag on all the way through the play as best as they can.
After review, the call stands. Runner safe. Los Angeles Dodgers challenge.
So that'll be a stolen base for Sanoa. And the challenge loses. And it's a 2-2 count to Kyle Stowers. And now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with 2 men out. 4-4 game here in the bottom of the 7th. And Vesia stretching, glove up by the letters. He delivers one home, and it's fouled back. Stowers hitting .304, 6 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Over the weekend, he had a walk-off grand slam against the Athletics. A 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it is. And he swings and strikes out. And Vesia with a howl after he struck him out. He gets 3 of them, walks 1. And the 7th inning is in the books. Nothing across for Miami. We go to the 8th. It's the Dodgers 4, Marlins 4.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Did you know that California offers
breaking news, and this would narrate at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
You burst onto the field this season in a fiery blaze, Sagittarius, but you don't want to burn out when the postseason is still far away. You can keep the momentum going by working on a sustainable practice schedule that will support you through the coming months. You'll be able to keep your spark shining all the way to the World Series.
Defensive changes for the Marlins as we go to the 8th inning. Javier Sanoa stays in at second. Nick Fortes behind the plate. A new pitcher, right-hander Anthony Bender, facing Will Smith in a 4-4 game. 15th appearance for Bender. He's 1-2. He throws one in there for a strike. Top of the 8th brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. The MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo celebrating 20 years of good times. The next offer in there for a strike as well. 0-2 to Will Smith. Smith is 2 for 3, single double tonight, also fly to left. And now Bender ready to go from the first base side of the rubber. Kicks, fires, and Will fouls one back into the seats. Well, balls, 2 strikes to Will Smith. Field back, outfield fairly well straight away for him. And Bender's pitch up high with a fastball. Ball and 2 strikes. Padres have taken a 3-2 lead over the Yankees. They're in the bottom of the 7th in the Bronx. Now the 1-2 outside, 2-2. 2-2 is Smith. Third baseman Norby very deep at third, close to the line. As Bender comes set, kicks, fires home, and gets Will to chase a sinker outside. Strike 3. 1 down for the Dodgers in the 8th. Slider than a sinker. He had a lot more spin on it and had a lot more cut to it. So now Max Muncy up against Bender. Pitch to Max. The inside ball 1. Max is 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked last time up in the 6th. He struck out and grounded out to first. Otherwise, batting average at 176. That pitch low. Max would like nothing more than to start getting hot, get off the interstate. Anthony Banda now loosening up. Dodger left-hander. Good job by Vesia. Another Dodger left-hander. So struck out 3 with a walk mixed in the 7th. 2-0 in for a strike to Max. A little later tonight, the Athletics hosting the Mariners, the Diamondbacks hosting the Mets. 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1. How about the A's? They're a game out of first.
Yep.
They're 20-16. They may be the surprise of the early going of the season. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Max takes a strike, full count, 3-2. Oh, a slider down the middle. Three ball, two strike pitch from Anthony Bender to Max Muncy. And that is outside, ball 4. Max has drawn his second walk, and now the Dodgers have the go-ahead run aboard with 1 out. Michael Conforto 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Conforto had a hit last night. Looking for another one tonight. He's trying to string some together.
And there have not been too many that have been strung together. 2 for his last 41.
1 ball, no strikes to Conforto. Muncy short lead at first. Now he goes for second base. Pitches in for a strike, throw down, and Muncy has swiped the bag off of Bender. And he stole it rather easily. First stolen base of the season for Muncy.
Well, raise your hand if you had predicted before the game that Max Muncy would steal a base. Not too many hands.
I don't see any of them. 1-1 to Conforto. And that's down and in.
You just laid off a good pitch right there. A good pitch from a hitter standpoint. Why? That's that breaking ball low and in. That slider from a right-hander to a lefty. That back foot slider, if you will. Tough pitch to lay off of.
Muncy leads at second. Bender the stretch. 2-1 pitch. And Conforto takes a strike right down the middle. The breaking ball, though, ended up down the middle at the end of the pitch.
Outfield again, shallow all the way around with Conforto up there. I mean, very shallow in right field.
What's the philosophy here?
Well, is that a question or?
I'm asking because you don't normally see this.
More of a statement.
2-2 and a ground ball hit towards second base. Grabbed with a backhand by Sonoja. He throws on to first, and that advances Muncy to third base. I mean, are they just trying to prevent a single?
I don't know, unless they think, well, he's going to hit the ball on the ground.
So 4-3 on the putout. Rojas will be out of the game. Coming in to pinch hit for him is Mookie Betts. So Betts had the day off today, and now Daniel Moskos, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word. And folks around the ballpark see that it's Betts coming up to pinch hit, and a chance to give the Dodgers a lead with Max Muncy at third base and 2 men out. Betts has been swinging a very good bat lately. He's had a hit in 7 of his last 8 games, 5 of those being multi-hit games.
I saw some numbers earlier today about Betts. You go back to the last 2 years, you know, his strikeout rate is like only 11%.
Muncy leads at third. Infield back, 2 down. And the pitch coming to Mookie. It's outside. Mookie hitting .266 entering this at bat. 5 home runs, 21 runs batted in. And the pitch. And a strike call to Mookie. 1 ball and 1 strike. A sweeper that just came over the inside part of the plate. Now a 1-1 delivery. Mookie lets it go, and it's outside. Another sweeper. 2-1. A sweeping slider. Top of the 8th, 4-4 game. Go ahead runs at third and 2 men out. And now home plate umpire Eric Bacchus getting into it with Clayton McCullough, the Marlins manager, where Bacchus had to step out from behind the catcher, pointed over there, and they were barking at each other. Here comes a 2-1 to Betts. He swings, hits a ground ball to first, foul. 2-2 now to Mookie. Got a good pitch to hit too, as a sinker down the middle.
I'm reminded when Bacchus responded what Danny Ozark, managing the Phillies, once said about an umpire. Said, I don't know about his vision, but we know he has 20/20 hearing.
Here's a 2-2, and Mookie swings and hammers one on the ground, foul past third.
Well, Bacchus has heard it from both sides tonight, and from catchers.
Two balls, two strikes to Mookie Betts. Muncy leads at third. Bender the stretch. And the Marlin right-hander throws home. And Mookie swings. It's a high fly ball, left center. It'll be playable. Stowers, a few feet in front of the warning track, hauls it in for the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left. Dodgers strand the go-ahead run. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Dodgers.
Breaking news coming. Ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance. What? Boom.
Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
You burst onto the field this season in a fiery blaze, Sagittarius, but you don't want to burn out when the postseason is still far away. You can keep the momentum going by working on a sustainable practice schedule that will support you through the coming months. You'll be able to keep your spark shining all the way to the World Series.
2024 season. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Deep to right field. It is into the upper deck.
Back to the boys in blue. The world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Never gets old.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Dodgers call upon Tanner Scott out of the bullpen. He'll face 8-9-1. In the Marlins order. It's a 4-4 game. 18th appearance for Scott. He pitched yesterday. And 2/3 of an inning. Issued a walk and struck out a man. Now the pitch to Sanoa. He swings at the first pitch. Drives it to center field deep. Waiting for it at the warning track is out, and he makes the catch. So first pitch slider. Sanoa went after it, and he flies out, and there's one away.
And the story most of the night. First pitch, Marlins have gone hunting.
Liam Hicks was the catcher. Nick Fortes came in to pinch hit for him in the 7th, stayed in to catch. Fortes struck out in the 7th. And Tanner Scott deals him a slider for strike one.
Once he guarded the line at third, deep behind the bag, only about 4 feet off the foul line.
Protecting against the 2-base hit. Now the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So we talk about in spots like this, outfield, prevent double defense, which means you're a little deeper than you would normally be.
1-1 pitch to Fortes. Right-handed batter swings, bounces it towards short. Charged by Kim. He grabs it, lip of the infield grass, throws low to first. It's dug out by Freeman for the out.
Yeah, nice play by Freeman on that backhand. And the scoop on 1 hop to the outfield side of the bag.
Now coming up will be the shortstop Xavier Edwards. He'll bat right-handed. Switch hitter. 2 down, bases empty.
For Tanner Scott, Look at the last 3 years. He's allowed just a 191 average against him.
Pitch to Edwards. Swung on, fouled back for strike one. And again, Muncy hugging the line at third.
Is that batting average against good, folks? Well, it's the third best among National League relief pitchers for 3 years.
Here's the 0-1. Snapped in a little. Well, I don't know what it was. It looked like it was right down the middle. Call the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Xavier Edwards. Got a hit in the 4th inning. He's walked, struck out, and grounded out. Tanner Scott back to work. Left-hander kicks, deals home. Swing and a liner foul down the right side and into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Edwards. And Scott ready to deal again. Here's a pitch. Swung on, fouled back. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Marlins. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers. Should we go to the 10th? It'll be Pages, Freeman, Smith with Ohtani the placed runner. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 right down the middle. Edwards froze. He strikes out for the 2nd straight time, this time looking. And the Marlins go down in order in the 9th. And for the 2nd time this season, the Dodgers and Marlins will go to extra innings. We'll head to the 10th.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
It's time to step up to the plate and see if you can guess which baseball player or manager said the following.
I'm so honored to ride with these guys. They inspire me with how resilient they've been. But to get this call, be part of this, I know how blessed I am. I can't thank these guys enough.
That's Bruce Bochy, after he managed the Texas Rangers in their first World Series title in team history. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Are you ready to take a swing at base balderdash? Today's phrase is table setter. Do you know what it means? Table setter. A batter whose job is to get on base for others to drive him in.
A run already. Go to the 5th, tied at 1. And you've got Young as the table setter on.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
Report. Go to UCLAhealth.org to schedule an appointment today at one of over 250 locations in Southern California.
You're listening to LA Dodgers baseball.
On top of the mountain.
On the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Top of the 10th inning, 4-4. Ohtani is the place runner. He made the last out in the 9th, so he is at second base. Andy Pages up, and he takes a ball from Tinoco, who remains on to pitch. So important, especially on the road, to get at least a 1-run in. And Pages fouls it back. So we get 2, 3, 4 up in the batting order. Freeman on deck and Will Smith to follow. Dodgers in extra innings this year are 2-1. Marlins are 2-2. 1-1 pitch. Wave and a miss. Strike 2. Slider down and away. One ball, 2 strike pitch coming to Andy Pages. Leading at second, Ohtani. Here's the pitch. Swung on, a little broken bat roller to short. Ohtani can't move up. Edwards the throw to first just in time to get Pages one away.
Well, at the end of the bat, you could hear the bat crack.
And now Freddie Freeman, who is 2 for 4 tonight, 2 runs batted in. He homered in the 6th.
Not getting that runner over. Now the infield can play back.
And the pitch to Freeman. He swings, fouls it back. Strike 1. Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, if you can't get the guy to third, now the defenders in the infield have much more range available to them. And the sacrifice fly is out of play. 0-1. That's low and away, and it's now 1 ball, 1 strike to Freeman. And really, it's not as though you should go up there and sacrifice bunt to third. I think a lot of folks thought that would be automatic when this rule first came in, but it's not. Pitch outside, 2-1, and it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're the road team to do that. And you're playing for 1 run instead of more. 2-1. Pitch low, 3-1 to Freeman.
Where we see it happen more often is in postseason. Now they're going to walk Freeman intentionally. They'll just issue verbally ball 4. But we see it in postseason for the home team. We will see it more often where guys are really going out of the way to hit the ball the opposite way to get the runner at second base over to third.
Here's Will Smith. 2 for 4 tonight, single double. Hitting .312 on the season. Ohtani at second, Freeman at first, 1 out.
I just have to like this again. Will Smith, runners in scoring position, the best average of any hitter in baseball this year. So came into tonight's game .538.
And his numbers with runners on and in scoring position, incredible. Tinoco made an inside move to second. Now he steps off. Runners lead first and second. 1 out. Will Smith ready at the plate. Jesus Tinoco fires home, and Will takes a slider for a strike. Simple slider guy, but he knows what he's doing with him. He has been a very effective reliever for the Marlins. 0-1, swinging a ground ball to short. Edwards picks it up, throws to second, 1 on to first, double play, and the Dodgers come up empty. And now they've got to do the same to the Marlins. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Dodgers 4, Marlins 4.
Never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Are you facing the challenges of cancer? At Cochise Oncology, we understand your journey. With over 65 years of experience, we help you conquer cancer closer to home. Using innovative genetic tests, Cochise Oncology provides personalized cancer treatments in Sierra Vista. The first in Arizona, our state-of-the-art Radixact treats your cancer with pinpoint radiation. Cochise Oncology, where cancer meets compassion. Healing begins here.
Are you ready to round the bases with Base Balderdash? Today's phrase is pickle. Do you know what it means? Pickle, a rundown. William Shakespeare is thought to be the first to use the idiom in a pickle, like a cucumber sitting in a vinegary brine for days on end.
The Cubs have the lead and Horner in a pickle. They call him out.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Mile limited powertrain warranty on almost every used vehicle and every new vehicle. Ask for Dave Gillum at Galpin Honda.
Deep to right field. It is into the upper deck.
Back to the boys in blue. The world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Never gets old.
4-4, Marlins and Dodgers. Xavier Edwards goes out to second as the placed runner. Kyle Stowers will be the hitter, and the pitcher, J.P. Fireeisen, who the Dodgers claimed off waivers from Arizona on Thursday. Had 2 appearances in the big leagues with the Diamondbacks this year. He was DFA'd on April 27th. And he went 0-1 in 10 games last year. So he's got a pitch here tonight with the ball game on the line. And they're going to walk Stowers to create a force play right away and allow Augustine Ramirez to hit. So the intentional walk, first and second. Stowers' run doesn't mean anything. It's the guy at second base. So Feyereisen out of the stretch, dealing to the right-handed hitter, and Ramirez takes a strike. And if you're the home team and you've just thrown up a 0 in the top of the 10th, you'd think it'd be a bunting situation, but they've got their number 3 hitter up. They asked Stowers to bunt in the 4th. And you'd think anybody 1 through 9 would be asked to bunt in this lineup. 1-1 to Ramirez. Muncy not expecting it. He's playing back. There's a swing and a foul ball over by the third base dugout. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, the infield is the pull. Kike Hernandez, not real deep second baseman, playing kind of up the middle, trying to keep the runner a little closer to the bag.
Runners lead first and second, nobody out. Pitch swung on and hit in the air down the right side, foul. And that'll make the chairs. Stays 1-2 on Augustine Ramirez. So Feyereisen, maybe a baptism by Feyereisen as he comes into this game with the game on the line. The pitch, and that is inside for a ball. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez waits the pitch. Swung on, base hit to right. Picked up by Pages. Edwards is going to be held at third. And now the Marlins have loaded the bases with nobody out.
Well, good thing they held him. Pages an absolutely rocket in the air to his catcher, Will Smith.
Dave Roberts is coming out. They're going to make a change here. Chris Taylor is also coming out.
They're going to go with a 5-man infield, I believe.
Looks like Pages is coming in. Feyereisen can't come out of the game, obviously. He's only pitched to 2 men. He has to pitch to at least 3. So that's not why Dave goes out. But right now they're trying to set up a defense that will prevent the game-winning run.
Trying to choke off a ball hit to the infield. Pages was wondering what's going on. They didn't get all the way to the mound, and they thought, no, we're going to a 5-man infield. So you have 2 guys who are going to cover the outfield, and they're going to leave, at least for the time being, right field wide open.
Kike Hernandez at second base. He'll play close to the bag. Chris Taylor will cover the hole on the right side in between Freeman and Kike. Infield in all the way around. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ball game in the balance as J.P. Feyereisen will face Jesus Sanchez, left-handed hitting outfielder. He likes to swing at the first pitch. Here's the pitch, and he doesn't swing, and it's outside ball 1.
Well, how about this one? You've got a left-handed batter, but you have no one playing in right field. You have a center fielder and a left fielder, both very shallow. But that one's too deep. He can't throw out the runner from his depth right now.
1-0 pitch. Swung on, base hit, ball game's over. Right up the middle. The Marlins have their 5th walk-off win and their first win against the Dodgers this season. An extra innings win as Jesus Sanchez hits a ground ball up the middle against a 5-man infield. And the Marlins win it by a 5-4 score. A tough ball game for the Dodgers to have get away from them here tonight in Miami. As the Marlins pick up their 14th win, and the Dodgers are now 24-12. Final totals on the ball game. For the Marlins, 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 9 left. The Dodgers, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base. Jesus Tinoco, the win.
All right, chat. So the Marlins walk us off in 10. 5-4 is your final from Miami. Tomorrow is an early game. It's a 1 o'clock start, I believe, something like that. and I'll be live for that. I appreciate everybody that came in here today. We'll be back tomorrow for more Dodger baseball. Good night, Gracie. Thank you to the V-Homies and the Berserkers. And there's an ad. But we'll get it tomorrow, y'all. We'll get it tomorrow. Hate losing to losers, says Wicked One. Is what it is, y'all. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Shut that down. Uh, 111 likes, 5,300 views. Good night, Theo. Good night, Brian. Good night, PDX. PDX happy when we lose. Dodgers bullpen sucks, says Jose. The stats say different. Why did we pick up that bum? I don't know, bro. When I saw him come in and then we walked the guy, their one really good player, I knew it was kind of ugly at that point. But anywho, back at it tomorrow, y'all. Dodgers will play the noontime or the midday game tomorrow, and then they'll go on a flight, a jet plane to Arizona. Well, I will greet them on Thursday night at the game, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Next time we win, Theo, absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Good night, Gracie. Thank you, everybody, for the support. Valhalla Sports Talk is off the air.